Their names weren't in the credits. They had no public identity. Yet, audiences couldn't help their curiosity. Who were these beautiful, fascinating people whose glowing faces lit up dark theaters? Projected high above audiences onto the big screen, movie actors appeared larger than life, an almost supernatural force. In live theater, performers were seen at a distance, figures on a faraway stage. But movies brought the audience face to face with strangers. Every expression, every emotion, a new kind of intimacy. Initially, studios wanted to keep actors anonymous and left their names out of the credits. They were, after all, just the hired help, not important like a director or writer. This was also a deliberate tactic to suppress wages. The studios knew that with fame, actors could demand higher pay. But this arrangement couldn't last. A young, attractive actress who appeared in dozens of films for Biograph Studios started receiving hundreds of adoring letters. But without her name in the credits, fans didn't know how to address her, and as her fame grew, she came to be known simply as Biograph Girl. Her name was Florence Lawrence. Despite the public's growing fascination, Biograph Studios refused to publicly credit her name, and Carl Laemmle, a brash young producer at a competing studio, saw a golden opportunity. To promote his new studio, independent motion picture company, he concocted one of the earliest publicity stunts in Hollywood history. First, he signed Lawrence away from Biograph with a better paying contract and public name recognition. Next, he leaked a false story to newspapers that Lawrence, aka Biograph Girl, had died in a streetcar accident in St. Louis. News of her supposed death pulled on the public's growing fascination, and after days of publicity, Laemmle published a correction titled "We Nail a Lie," declaring that Biograph Girl, Florence Lawrence, was actually alive and well, and most importantly, would be starring in his new IMP film, The Broken Oath. When Lawrence appeared in person in St. Louis to promote the film, she was reportedly mobbed by fans who tore buttons from her coat. America had its first movie star. After the Biograph Girl stunt, studios realized that they could make enormous profits by building personalities around actors, and from that point on, actor names and credits became standard practice. By the late 1910s, the names of famous movie stars dominated headlines. Mary Pickford was crowned America's sweetheart, Francis X. Bushman, the handsomest man in the world, and Douglas Fairbanks, the king of Hollywood. The movies had created something unprecedented, a new form of interest and intimacy that audiences felt for performers, and with it, a new kind of power that would reshape American culture forever. Like so many of the hired help of Hollywood, Florence Lawrence's story ends in tragedy. By the 1930s, her star had burnt out. Her fortune was spent, and she got by as an uncredited extra working for MGM Studios. Facing obscurity and ill health, she took her own life in 1938. Florence Lawrence, Biograph Girl, the first movie star, was laid to rest in the Hollywood Forever Cemetery.